Hi, my name is Corey Minter, and I'm the president of Trinity Employment Specialists, and we are a staffing organization located centrally here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We are one of the top staffing firms in this region in Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas, and Arkansas. And we do that by putting quality of staffing in front of quantity. And we staff in the medical field, in every position from a front office position all the way to a physician's assistant. And then in the industrial world, warehouse people, painters, mechanics, all along, builders. And then we have a business division where we do just general administrative type duties. And we've been doing that for the past 13 years. And one of the things that I always want to try to do is add value to job seekers. And today, the way that I'm doing that is I'm going over just a topic of 10 things that successful people do differently that are actually happy in the end. And so the first 4 things I have to lay out the foundation is that people that are able to achieve this, they achieve things that make them happy. Meaning they pursue activities that produce pleasure and satisfaction. The second thing is they chase activities that give them a level of achievement, meaning that they have attainable goals that they're tangible goals that they can actually meet. Third thing is they have significance. So they're able to learn a certain level of knowledge that they're able to share with people around them that they actually respect and admire. And then the fourth thing is they eventually build a legacy that at the end of the game, basically starting with the end first, and you can solve every great problem with starting with the end goal at first. All right, what is it that I want to achieve here? And then work backwards. It's completely different. And in the last video, I used the scenario of starting with the end first with look at your funeral. What are people saying about you? What are they thinking about you? Are you living a life now that is going to result what you want to see people talk about, when you're gone? So are you creating a legacy? These are 4 foundational things. So I am now on number 7 of these things, and that they keep an open mind. One of the things that successful people do differently is they're always learning. It's real easy to find a niche and just write it out, and it can be profitable for a certain amount of time. But those that are unsuccessful just ride that thing out, and they're like, well, I found this is the way we do it, and we're going to keep doing it. Listen, I've got a very good friend he was so successful, he made so much money, but he had his little way, his little niche that he had. And when technology came, he was completely unwilling to look at the new technologies and how that might work with his company. And what happened is it passed him by. And by the time he figured out that technology was passing him by, it was too late for him to jump on because his competitors were already there doing it. And so he basically just got squashed out of the market. And I'm not talking about a guy that was a medium income earner. I'm talking about 0.1% of the top 1%. That was where he was at. But now, I don't know that he's going to survive. So you've got to keep an open mind and really listen to the people that are around you and encourage new ideas. Try to hire people that will actually bring you ideas. Let me give you another thought about it. When you bring in a new employee, if you've got a team of people that they've learned your way, okay? Well, let me tell you, all the best new ideas, the best new technologies, the best ways of doing things, they are not going to come from the old geezer entrepreneur. Most likely, especially if you've done it for the same way over and over. Most likely, Your best ideas are going to come in the form of a suggestion of one of your brand new employees who has never done this before, and they've got this really simple idea, and they've got a suggestion, and those suggestions are what's going to change, the trajectory of your business. So encourage new ideas, especially from new employees that are not yet stuck in your way of doing things. People who experience happiness and success, they don't let anyone limit their joy. So we're all going to have different difficult people, and they're not going to stop. Like, they're always going to be there. But having this ability to not letting it crush your joy, even when you come into conflict, you've got to have a certain amount of jovialness to you. And this is just the way that I do it. Listen, I come into the office, all I do is joke around. I'm going to play a practical joke at least once today, okay? And it's going to irritate in a funny way some of our administrative staff. And it's going to be great. And I'm going to love it. But also, one of the things that I'm going to do, I had one of our recruiters meet a certain level that they've been chasing for the last 2 years. I'm going to go celebrate the crap out of it, and I'm going to be obnoxious in the way that I do it. Okay? Obnoxious. So obnoxious that it's going to make those people around us laugh. Listen, I'm a serious guy, but I can't take myself so seriously that we cannot enjoy the certain things that are going around us. And so celebrate hard, play hard, work harder. And that is one of the big keys to success. But, just to wrap this up, people are successful and happy. They focus on activities that give them this variety of needs in your life. And these seem to be consistent amongst the most successful around. And I hope that this helps you, because it's important for anyone who's going to be successful. If you're going to be successful and you've got a lot of money, but you haven't found contentment in it, and let's say you treated everybody like crap on the way there, so now you're up there and you're alone. Uh-oh. Man, I went to this guy's house the other day. Really great guy, but this guy's a quadrillionaire. All right, he's got a pool house that's bigger than my house, and it's 10 times nicer. Okay, I've never even seen a place like this. And you wouldn't have seen it unless you go on some show and watch these mansions. Like, that's the only time you're ever going to get into a place this nice. I mean, his pool house is better than any themed park at Disney World I've ever seen. I'm not kidding you. It had more artifacts in there than most museums that I'd seen. It's unbelievable. He had an entire bar area up at his house. He had a desk that was custom made to the President of the United States. I mean, it just goes on and on. What I saw in there, I've never seen ever before. Okay, but as I was talking to this guy, he is completely lonely. Like, he has no one in his life and talks about it. And he keeps incessantly inviting me over. But I don't necessarily want to be around him because he's just a pitiful... I hate even saying it. But man, I'll bet you he makes a minimum of $500 million a year. But if you make that much money and you've treated people poorly on your way there, or you've made the pathway to your success only making money, listen, man, you're going to be miserable in the end. And so keep this in mind. It's a real important piece. It doesn't matter if you're making $300 million a year or $50,000 a year. Listen, your happiness is important, and these are the traits of the most successful that actually remain happy. Hope this helps you. Give us a call at Trinity if we can help you with your career, especially if you need a career change, if you're not passionate about what you do. You can call us at 918-622-2588, or you can visit us online at trinityemployment.com.